Good evening, everybody. My name is Ronan Tenno, and welcome back to another live stream. Tonight, we're actually going to do something a little bit different. I know I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 5 recently, but I'm actually getting very genuinely frustrated with that game, so I'm going to take a bit of a break from it right now. I'm going to be playing a little hidden gem called The Long Dark. It was developed by a Canadian game studio called Hinterland Games, Hinterland Studios. And they have done a very, very wonderful job with putting this game together. It's a very well thought out, very well put together game. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start a sandbox in The Long Dark and get that going, so I can kind of introduce you to a little bit of the mechanics behind the game and how the game works before playing through some of the episodes. Because when you play through the episode, it kind of, like, holds your hand, sort of, but not really. You'll see. The sandbox and the episodic gameplay are two entirely different things. But let's jump right into it, and I will show you. So the different ones that you have are Pilgrim, Voyager, Stalker, Interloper, and Custom. Now, Pilgrim, this is for newer, experienced players that are most interested in just pensive exploration. The survival elements are tuned to be very forgiving. Wildlife will not attack you unless you walk up and, like, poke them in the face with a sharp stick. And you get 5 active feats. Now, feats are things that you can earn by completing in-game challenges, such as, like, sprinting for a set amount of time, or maximizing all of the game knowledge, or, what's the phrase I want to think of? Reading through all of the skill books in the game and maxing out basically your research points, so on and so forth. Voyager is basically like the normal level. This is for new experienced players looking for a balance between exploration and survival. Wildlife is present in the game, but it is sparse. And if you meet some requirements, they will seek you out and try and chew your face off. There's still plenty of resources abound, and you can survive, but you definitively need to work for what you're trying to go for. And you can only have 4 active feats. Stalker is hard mode. This is incredibly punishing. Hostile wildlife is everywhere, and they'll hunt you down and eat your face. You will find yourself spending a goodly majority of your time during your play sessions, particularly on this difficulty, scavenging for resources and avoiding things biting you in the ass. And you only get 3 active feats. And then Interloper, which is basically nightmare mode. This is for expert players. You basically start with next to nothing, and you have to craft everything. Like, I don't think you get the rifle. Like, Interloper is exceedingly difficult, and I don't think I've made it longer than about 72 hours playing Interloper before I died. I think I died due to, like, starvation and hypothermia. It's incredibly difficult. It is very, very tough. I'm gonna do a sandbox for Pilgrim just so I can kind of show you some of the mechanics of the game. so that I can at least give people an introduction and let them see what to expect. And so that, people will understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about when I start live streaming some of the episodic content. Now, there are several areas that you can start off in. Mystery Lake is a fairly good location to start off with. It's got plentiful resources, decent amount of man-made shelters, and plenty of wildlife, so your hunting and shelter needs and resource collection needs are all pretty much taken care of right then and there. There's the coastal highway. It's got lots of resources, lots of shelter, but wildlife is also more prevalent. There's the Desolation Point, which has a few shelters. Lots more wildlife is available, but weather does play a particularly nasty factor in this area. Pleasant Valley is not bad. There's very few shelters. Stuff is kind of sparse. Lots of large wildlife. There's lots of bears out here, lots of moose. Timberwolf Mountain is incredibly advanced. There is very little up here, and you have to scavenge for a lot of stuff. Forlorn Muskeg, there is basically nothing out here. There's like 2 or 3 shelters, not a whole heck of a lot of stuff. The Broken Railroad is someplace I have not really actually explored too terribly much. And then the Mountain Town, which offers a lot of stuff. And then Hushed River. It's got like nothing down here. Or I can just choose a random location. But I am going to start out down here in the Coastal Highway because this is a good starting location. I'm going to go with my male survivor. Snowwalker. Firemaster, Efficient Machine, Cold Fusion, and Free Runner. I did the required 250 hours of research, but it yes, I know it says down here that you get a 10% more benefit from every completely researched book, but the skill levels kind of don't really matter. At least not nearly as much as one would think. Like, yes, having higher skills means you get more bonuses, but in the long run, there is like a fall-off point for effectiveness. This is going to be the streaming box, because it's the sandbox for my live stream. Alright, so let's see where it puts me this time. And, like, they do some interesting little openings here with, like their loading screen. Okay, so where did I load in at? Alright, first and foremost, let's see what I've... Oh, I've got, like, fuck all. Okay, this is actually a pretty poor roll on my equipment. And I also started in one of the most inopportune... well, not necessarily most inopportune locations, but I started in a particularly bad spot. because I started at the far end of the map, and that's not exactly where I want to be, but at the same time, it's not a bad place to be. Let's check my inventory. Let's see what I have here. Tools. I've got accelerant, piece of cedar firewood, some newsprint, 12 wood matches. I have antibiotics, antiseptic, 2 bandages, and 4 water purification tablets, so that's actually a pretty nice roll. All of my clothing is crap. Cotton scarf, cotton toque, a worn hoodie, ragged jeans, some decent thermals, new sports socks, shitty running shoes. I have a granola bar, a relatively decent can, and that amuses me because it's called the musical fruit, of pork and beans, and half a liter of water. I have a sleeping bag, 1 flare, a tin can, 2 rocks, which I just picked up, and a sewing kit, so not bad. Like, I have legitimately started out with worse rolls on my equipment. I'm picking these stones up because they're useful for creating distractions, and they're also useful for stunning rabbits, which is a very prevalent source of food. As you can see, there's all bucks up here. I don't know why they didn't include any does, but it's all bucks, all very large point bucks. You can hunt those. They're very useful for food. Yeah, I hear some crows nearby. Everything down there in the bottom left of my screen, which is partially covered up by my viewer count, so I will need to move that. But everything down there in the bottom left of my screen is all of my like condition statuses. It's got temperature, fatigue, thirst, hunger, and just my general status, which is my general condition. Okay, there's nothing in there. That was useless. Be something in here. Oh, hey, look, I can fish. But I'll need like a hammer or something to smash things up. Oh, hey, look at that. Soup. Items do degrade in this world. Nothing. Is there anything underneath? No. Anything up there? No, and no. Items will degrade when left out in the world. So you're seeing, like, there's percentage counts on some of the things that I'm picking up. Revolver ammunition. Oh, the defense revolver's in the game now. It's been a very long time since I have played this game. It's been several months since I have last played this game, and I knew that they were adding a few things into the game while they were like tweaking and changing some things. So the fact that they have added in the defense revolver, which is just like a little 38, I want to say. I don't know, I'll take a look at what the cartridges in my inventory say. What is that? Oh, it's a box of revolver cartridges. Okay. Simple tools.
Could end up being useful.
Hey, those actually will be very useful because socks. And socks are wonderful things to have. Hey. Okay. You're seeing me like pick things up. A lot of these things actually are like items that I will eventually break down into other resources like cloth, so I can kind of repair the things that I have. Keeping your items and equipment in good condition is a necessity in this game, because otherwise, like, you will find yourself with lots of broken stuff and no way to fix it. Some accelerant, some wood. Ooh, a balaclava. Okay. That's actually a very good find. That will definitively help keep me warm. Mittens, fleece mittens, which are nice. Nothing in there. Nothing up there. No. I'm used to games where hitting C is how I crouch, so that's why I keep doing it. Dog food. That is an absolute last-ditch defense against hunger, so I'm not going to pick that up right now because I don't need it. Plus, dog food typically makes you sick. So yes, I keep bringing up my clothing menu because I've been playing a lot of games where C is how
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
I crouch. So that's why you keep seeing me accidentally open up my clothing menu, is because I'm trying to crouch instead of hitting control. Oh, useless. I'm taking all of this paper because I can break it down into kindling to help start fire. Revolver cartridge. Give me that. Oh, fish. Anything else? Anything? Oh, tea. And more firewood. Which firewood's always good. Anything in the trash can that I can use? No. So in this instance, searching through everything. Give me a cloth. Searching through everything is the wisest idea. You actually want to wear you, and I want to repair you. Yes, that's my sewing kit. Because I don't want to use my fishing tackle. Hey, I will take having a new balaclava. Okay, what's worse? My jeans are worse. Can I can repair you. I'll take getting them back up to over 50%, provided, of course, I don't. Nope. Shit. I'll try not to take too long with this. Mostly because I don't exactly want to be over in this area for too long, because I don't want to get stuck in bad weather, which can and will crop up on you fairly quickly if you're not careful. And you'll find yourself, like, severely boned. What's over here? That's another thing. Pay attention to the birds. You see the birds up here are circling. Birds circling something usually means some sort of resource cache. Where are you circling at? Normally they'll circle over dead bodies, kind of like that. And of course you don't have anything, but you were worth the diversion, because I could use a hunting knife. Now, in this game, at least in The Long Dark in particular, Oh,
Hope I can still eat this.
Om nom beef jerky. Ooh, a wool scarf. That's even better. Flare. And some work gloves and some mittens. Up on these shelves. No. No, I'm not going to start a fire right now. Alright, let's go check out the house over here on this island. Actually, no, I'll check out this fishing hut first. It's really kind of up to you on what you do and where you go. Energy bar. I will eat you because I could use some calories. Oh, hey, this is actually a pretty good find in here. Another hunting knife and more fishing tackle. And more pork and beans. Good, so I'm actually... Oh, there's nothing in you. Okay. I'm actually getting some pretty good pulls on my searches. Now, the item system is kind of dynamic. Like, things will change every playthrough. You will not find the same items every time you go through an area. That was a new sound. Also, I'm really glad that I'm playing Pilgrim because there's a pair of wolves. There's actually 3 wolves over there, and I do not have any firearms at the moment. I have firearm ammunition, but I have no firearms. Oh, and some more good stuff. Oh, dog food. I did not want the dog food. Charcoal. Hey, mittens. Scrap metal is always useful. Dog food. You go in there. And once you put an item in a container, its degradation reduces significantly. So you'll see me like sticking things in containers an awful lot. Because the longer I hold on to an item, the faster it will degrade because it's being exposed to the elements. Steak. What? I don't know what that is. There's a new icon. Oh, I think it's warning me of a potential fall hazard? I'm not quite sure. I'll have to do a little bit of looking. I haven't played this game in months, not since they've done a few updates to it. So, like, there's some new things that I don't really know about. You do still get tired at, like, the drop of a hat, though. There's something over there, but I don't want to go for it because that could be bad and I could fall to my death, which would be particularly embarrassing because I've only been playing for a few minutes.
What have we here?
Hey, I'll take some coffee. Nothing. Soup's always good. More soup. A cup of tea. I'll take that.
Excellent.
Accelerant. Okay. Some more food. For the most part, during my playthroughs, you will very much see me... Ooh, hey. Like, picking up pretty much any and all food items I come across, unless I just don't have the space for them. Because food items are... Oh, a lantern.
I think I can use this.
Sweet. Food items are always a good thing to have. Oh, wool mittens, which are better than the fleece mittens I have found. Okay.
This will come in handy.
Wool socks. Antibiotics. It's an extra layer of warmth. I'll probably throw it on and harvest my dead one, because that means I don't have to repair anything. Oh, hey, some cargo pants. I am actually getting some pretty spectacularly good finds.
That'll come in handy.
Now, I know I've said that a few times, but it's the actual, like, honest truth. We could use the water.
This stuff will come in handy.
Oh, and they're new. That's... And a parka. Okay. So, let's see what we have here. You're actually in pretty decent condition. Okay, so that's going to help. The new hoodie is going to help. I'm going to take you off. Where's that wool scarf? Put you on. I already have? No, okay. Now, you see me over here swapping out equipment. That's necessary. That's very, very much necessary. Because without the right equipment, like, I would catch hypothermia and I would die. Now, you're also going to see me, like, harvesting the hell out of things that I'm no longer using. Because, one, that helps keep my inventory empty. And two, it also means that I still have additional resources to be used for other things, such as repairs. Okay, I am guessing that has something to do with how steep the hillside is, which that's a new feature. That's letting you know that you have the possibility of falling down this hill and breaking your ankle or spraining your ankle. Both of which are bad things, because then your movement speed is incredibly limited and you can't sprint. Also, don't go in the water. That's bad. You sprain writ. Oh, am I too heavy? I am. Okay. Oh, sweet. Oh, a firearm cleaning kit. That's a definitively useful thing to have. Alright, so how am I doing? Okay. I am going to take care of some things. I'm going to harvest out some materials. Mostly because I have some stuff that I need to repair. Okay, both of those are in good condition. You're in decent condition, but you're going to take too long to harvest. I could use some cured leather. That'll be useful for repairing my boots later on. No, I want to harvest you. I do want to repair you. At least, hopefully I'm going to repair them. Nope. What really sucks is, if you fail a repair, you lose the resource. And you lose percentages out of
I feel so tired.
whatever you're using. So, like... half an hour to repair you. Okay, that's too long. Am I too heavy? A little bit, yeah. Not terribly too heavy, but... I am too heavy. And I'm too heavy because I'm tired. That's something else unique, is that, oh shit. The more fatigued you are, the more weight you're carrying, the faster you get fatigued. The more fatigued you are, the less you can effectively carry. So, like, it's a very delicate balance of weight to basically strength ratio, because as you get more exhausted, you lose more strength, and therefore everything is significantly heavier. But it also makes it harder for you to aim weapons effectively. Is that a cairn? Oh, that's a couple of cairns. Like, these are little things that you can find in the world. I have not found all of them. They're just kind of randomly scattered about. Eventually, one of these days, I may, like, go on a cairn hunting kick and see if I can find them all. Yes, I know, it's an incredibly steep incline. I don't think I'm going to fall and break my ankle walking up the hill. Going down the hill, on the other hand, that's a completely different story. Like, in this game, you can sneeze funnily and break your ankle. Oh, that would be a wolf. As you can see, it ran off, but that's because of my particular difficulty settings. It is
this anymore.
Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. I will take that every day of the week. And damn it, there is not a fireplace in this house. Which is obnoxious, but whatever. Nothing I can do about that a whole lot. Okay, so I am about to, like, fall over from exhaustion, so I am going to sleep for, say, 10 hours. It's still too dark out. Oh yes, light. Light is another important aspect of this game. Because you can and will experience times where it is too dark for you to see anything, so having plenty of light sources available will help save your life.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Is it? Oh yeah, I'm a little overweight. Okay. Oh, I am thirsty as shit. I'm chugging back these sodas real quick because they help with hydration and they also give me a little bit of calories.
Could end up being useful.
Okay, slightly overweight, but not terrible. Like, I will regularly overload myself finding resources. Just out of the sheer necessity of it. But I am getting ready to head over to a location that will be far more suitable. Cotton plaid shirt that will make you feel more Canadian. It is definitively a boon. Actually, you're way warmer. You're heavier, but you're warmer. I will take that.
Still eat this.
Fresh rabbit. Nom nom nom. You are... your dog food, no. Ah! Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for.
Something's gotta go.
Exactly what I was looking for. Okay, I'm 2 kilos over my max weight limit. But that's fine. I'm not terribly concerned about it right now. Mostly because I am heading over to what's going to be my base. So I know it's very steep. Thank you. I'm aware. For the foreseeable future. So actually I can put you away because I've got a decent amount of moonlight right now. So I can see where I'm going. Now, sprinting does make you tired faster. Carrying a lot of weight makes you tired faster. This game is relatively realistic in terms of actions will make you fatigue faster if you're carrying a lot of weight, if you're underfed. Okay. Deer carcass. You don't even have enough meat to make it worth my while to harvest. Plus, I'm already overloaded, so I'll come back and harvest you out later. Okay. Do you have a fire plant? Oh, is it starting to snow? It is starting to snow. Shit. Okay. Yes, I know snow wouldn't necessarily be overly concerning, except for the fact that it can make it very difficult to see, and it can also just generally do a lot of bad things. Now I can't see. Okay, so this was my destination, my intended destination for this area. What are you? Interesting. That's new. Okay, that is a very, very lucky find for me. And so is this. The Fire Striker is incredibly difficult to actually come across. There are not very many in the game. And they are very, very rare. So the fact that I found one... Oh wow, I'm finding a lot of good things in here. There's a hacksaw, which I'm going to move. Yeah, that's something else you can do is you can relocate things. There's a hacksaw, there's a pry bar.
Cooking with gas.
There's a jerry can, which has plenty of fuel left in it. Rifle ammo. Some decent stuff in there.
I think I can use this.
I do need that hatchet. Don't need those. Or that. Those are useful. This playthrough is being incredibly kind to me. Which is unusual in and amongst itself. Normally I am scrabbling for resources a lot harder than this. Like the fact that I have and another box of revolver ammo. And another storm lantern. And a whetstone. Like, holy hell, I'm finding a lot of really good stuff. In other game modes, the resources would not be this prevalent. I could actually go for several play sessions before finding anything resembling what I have found so far. Now go away, go away.
Nobody needs this anymore.
So, like, the fact that I have lucked out on everything that I have found so far has been a massive boon for me, because I'm starting the game off and I'm finding off some really really good stuff. Note left behind. 2 more joined us today. Seems the horse couldn't go any further. One of them's called Sean. He's from Ireland. Not quite home, but close enough. Apparently he came here for an acting career. Best thing, though, is that he's got a bag of fruit pastilles that he's going to share just with me. Probably for the best, since everyone's so paranoid. The other idiots would probably think he was trying to poison them. I thought it would be safer this far north, less people and all. Maybe I should leave? Like, I find little things like that scattered around the world, as I said, that just kind of contribute to the, take some charcoal, and now I'm going to start a fire. Okay. Start a fire with this book. Just kind of get this going. Okay. Add some fuel. How much reclaimed wood do I have? Okay, that'll do. Oh, that is significantly better. They have improved the amount of light that these things throw off. Now, this location, like the reason why I picked the gas station as my base is, one, it has lots of available resources inside of it, as you saw, and two, it has everything I need in order to well, basically everything I need in order to establish a base here and survive and stockpile resources, which will be very, very helpful. Damn it. I want to eat that before it goes bad, because food going bad is not a good thing. There it is. Okay, now I am going to go to bed in here, which will save my game state. I'll actually sleep for a couple of hours, even though that'll like burn out my fire. Hopefully when I wake up it will, and look at that, it is daylight. So, at this point, I am going to call it for tonight. I do unfortunately need to leave the stream off so I can go and make dinner and take care of a couple things here around the house. But for those of you that did tune in across the various platforms, I do very much appreciate you joining me, and I hope you enjoyed getting to watch me play The Long Dark. So, until next time, this is Ronin Tenno, signing off. Have a good one.